Moving on, we're going to invite Mr. Fino to come and talk about enhanced guest experiences using AI.
Dignitaries, industry experts, brilliant team of SJHMCT, my dear students, the future of hospitality, thank you for choosing hospitality. There are two confessions I want to make. One, I'm no expert in AI or technology. Two, it was not only James who was busy with ChatGPT for the last 24 hours. I was one of them. In fact, I was wondering why Dr. Kurian wanted me in the other side of the auditorium, unless he wanted to put me on a spot, because what I do is I manage hotels. I operate hotels. I've been doing it for 25 years. And the last person I ever wanted to have a good conversation is my IT manager, because of the jargons he uses. But in the last 3 hours we spent in this hall, and while listening to the distinguished speakers, one thing I understand, no, we are not talking about future here. We are talking about the present, the very present we are living in. Allow a minute. Yesterday, I was talking with Donna, a very helpful young lady, because she put a message saying that if there is any presentations, you need to post it in the group. So I immediately called her. I asked her, Donna, is it mandatory? So she said, no, Fino, it is only a choice. I said, okay, I made my choice. And here I am. So, when I'm telling you this is the present, because whatever the speakers were talking about, we've been doing it for a while now. The brand I represent is Holiday Inn. And while I'm looking back, I believe the history of Holiday Inn have a lot to do with how technology evolved in the hospitality industry. It was in 1952 the first Holiday Inn came to existence in Tennessee. Now remember, that was an age where reservation was done on a large dairy, someone sitting in the reception, and if you have a booking, you will note it down and hand out the keys. Now it took another 13 years for that brand to come with a centralized reservation. That was the first brand in the world. Holiday Inn came with a centralized reservation in 1965. And after 2 years, no, in the same year, in fact, there was a toll-free number came, something which we use for a long time now. Then the online reservations comes. In 1965, one more thing happened is the Holidex, which was state-of-the-art at that point of time, the reservation engine, which became the benchmark for the industry for many other brands, came into existence. Now that is the past. Now let me talk about the present. It was around 6 years back, Concerto, the new reservation engine, came in IAG. What does Concerto do? State-of-the-art reservation engine. It also gives those daily reports, which is called the detailed arrival sheet, which tell you exactly who is going to check in today and how many times that guest has stayed in any of the IAG hotels, what are the preferences, when was the last time he had a meal at IAG hotels, and what was that meal, how he liked it, what are the feedbacks he given, what is the negative feedback he given, what is his room preference, every aspect of that guest. And we were enjoying it, believe me. Because there was a lot of information, very helpful information. I thought this is the end. Then around 5 years back, the new state-of-the-art Wi-Fi system came into existence, IAG Connect. Now what does IAG Connect does? One, it gives a very secure Wi-Fi experience for the guest as well as for the admin, that for the internal team. That if you're an IG member and if you have an app in your mobile, that you walk into a hotel, you don't have to put that room number and last name to log into your Wi-Fi. Oh, that's a very tiresome experience for many guests. Because if you're a frequent traveler, you get confused with the room numbers, too many room numbers. You will get automatically logged into the Wi-Fi as soon as you come into the hotel. That's not it. As one of the speakers was mentioning, the geo-tagging, that you go to a new city, you will exactly get to know that which are the hotels belongs to IAG or there's a Holiday Inn. And if your favorite food is maybe Italian food, it will exactly tell you that which is the Italian restaurant. No, it will even give you a notification that you can enjoy a 30% discount. No, that's not it. It will also give you that golden opportunity to cast your devices into the smart TV, that you can do your spreadsheet in a larger screen and work from the room. You wanted to do some live streaming, you can do that. Now trust me, while I was listening to speakers, I thought, my God, I'm seeing it from the last 5 years. The technology is here. What is next? It was almost 8 months back, an entrepreneur in Kochi came to my hotel and he said that we are starting a new firm here. We have robots who can do in-room dining service. So I bought one. He was in my hotel for a while. We called him Dodo, a smart little robot. We used him to serve welcome drink and cold towels in the lobby. So he used to roam around in the lobby and serve welcome drink and cold towels. It went on for almost 6 months. Then I realized one thing. Like my colleague was mentioning, AI is almost intelligent. Because what this guy does is, it's geotagging, so he will go to a particular location in every 5 minutes. If suppose a guest is sitting there for 30 minutes and doing some immediate work, every 5 minutes he will go and ask, would you like to have a welcome drink? Would you like to have a cold towel? Now we just imagine that. During that 30 minutes, almost 20 times, so he went and disturbed. So we had to remove it from there. I'll tell you one more example. It was a conversation which I was having with one of my guests a week back. A very regular guest, one of our Diamond Elite guests. So obviously from the concerto we get his preferences. So my team ensure that when he comes, he likes to have red apples in his room as a welcome amenity. He likes to have English breakfast tea for a breakfast. And he liked to have a bucket of ice in his room. So his preferences were met. So I met him in the lobby. I said, hi, Mr. Ramkumar, how are you? You know, I want to tell you something. I said, please do. It was 4 years back. I was staying in one of your Dubai hotels. It was a long stay. It's true. I did ask for these things. But I would prefer maybe some local fruits when I'm coming to Kerala. I prefer those small yellow bananas which we have. And I no more drink those English breakfast tea. I will love to go for a green tea. I said, Mr. Ramkumar, should have told this to one of my team members. You know, they do it with so much of passion. They do it so personal. I never felt like to say this to him. So what I mean is, let me take this from one of the speakers. AI is there. It's going to stay. It's going to assist you. You can't say no to it. But you need to know how to keep that balance. Because it's almost intelligent. You need to bring in that human touch on it so that there is somebody who's talking to your guest and getting to know that what exactly he may be looking at, what is the emotional connect which is supposed to be delivered to him. What is the future? When it comes to the organization which I represent, we call it as IG Studio. It is still under pilot with a couple of the Middle East hotels. Through the IG Connect, you will be having guest preferences loaded in the system that you walk into your room. You don't need to use a card. Of course, you can use your mobile. You checked into your room. The room lighting will be getting adjusted. That's exactly what Sharadan was telling. The room lighting will be getting adjusted with your preference. You want a dim lighting. You want a particular colored lighting. It will get adjusted. You want the curtains open or closed. It will get adjusted. Your TV volume will be getting adjusted according to your preference. This is the future. And it's not very far. It's already there. It's there in the pilot hotels. So like I said, it is the future. At the same time, it is the current. So, all what we can do is get used to with it, get to know as much as we can. And thank you so much for those expert presentations. It's given us a lot of insights. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to the team of SGHMCT for putting it together. Thank you.